Yes, people, today we are joined by Gower, Monster, Mo, and myself. Make sure you hit that like button before we get in any transfer news. As you can see, it's all about transfer news. You guys obviously know who we're going to be talking about, more or less. Obviously, McAllister, his price tag. Actually, there's actually some stuff on Gundogan as well. Crazy, right, for some Man City fans. A Gower getting his hopes up, maybe. Declan Rice as well. There's just the battle, is it media stuff between Bayern Munich and Arsenal. As I said, there's Arsenal fans, including the guys, probably more than confident who can talk about it. And then there's obviously Chelsea getting rejected by Ugarte so he can go to PSG because they try to slap him with another 8-year contract potentially. And Caicedo price has been set. Ridiculous amounts, 100 million, but that's what Brian have set apparently. So yeah, today, again, smash the like button. We'll talk a little bit of Mason Mount, what Chilwell has said when he was at the F1. So he kind of just confirmed it for you Chelsea guys and Man United guys, whether you like it or not. But yeah, man, how's everyone doing?
I'm doing good, bro. Just kicking it. What about you guys?
Doing all right.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Just a lot of news to dissect, and I just can't.
I'm not gonna lie, Mo. You're gonna be tense until the UCL final. We know this.
I'm very nervous, but also I'm kind of calm after I saw the game against Manchester United. This team can be beaten, but we'll talk about it another day.
Okay.
But listen, this transfer news. Let me just ask you guys first: is this the biggest transfer news?
Which one?
This summer in terms of a lot of future, the future of a lot of clubs relies on this.
100%.
The fate of next season relies on this, and it's not only one club; it's all of them other than Man City.
100%, bro. Look, it's crazy. Like Arsenal need to come back. Man City are going to do a small rebuild. Liverpool need to find their way back. Manchester United could either push on or stay still
or fall back. You know what? It's crazy.
And then forget about even the big clubs. It's like, look at the other clubs across Europe.
Villa, Aston Villa. Do you push forward and keep within that place, or you just stay in the same? Like Brighton, do you lose the two? Do you replace them? Or you stay the same and you go 9th, 10th, you fall back. It's crazy. I'm thinking
it's even outside of the Premier League. PSG, Barcelona, Bayern, everyone's doing it.
Real Madrid replacing Benzema. Oh, it's so big. Brahimovic retiring. Wow.
Yeah.
It's astonishing.
What everyone knows about things like footballers, it's weird. I remember when Gerrard and Lampard pretty much retired and Wayne Rooney followed suit not too long after that. It was like, no, man, these are the guys I grew up on.
Yeah, what happened? What happened?
Yeah. I was like, what's going on here, man? This feels weird. And I suppose my dad's always said the same thing, man. When you grow up on certain players, it's just so different. And then you just move on, and football's never the same after that for you, really, because it's a bit different from your childhood heroes and stuff like that. But yeah, man, what a better way to start off with some Arsenal news before we jump into Liverpool, before Monts comes in to give his piece. But the Declan Rice news is quite astonishing. I must say the saga is crazy. I don't know if it's smoke, Igal. I don't know if it's just media stuff. I don't even know if Bayern Munich are truly in for him. Man United's name clearly can't be used in the conversation. They tried in the media. They couldn't do it. It's not work because it just does not make any sense whatsoever. The finances involved, though, is another question. I'm seeing 90 million, 80 million, 120 million, and all this kind of stuff. What do you know?
From what I've read, bro, following the whole thing, I've heard that he doesn't want to leave England. Bayern Munich is a very good club. It's a great place for him to go and push on in his career, and he'd be still respected in world football. But really and truly, he's even spoken about not wanting to leave London, let alone leave the UK. So I don't know if Bayern's actually a real legitimate option for him. And then if we take it to the money side of things, I know Bayern have money and they're not a cheap club, but at the end of the day, they're not going to spend that type of money on Declan Rice, where Arsenal or even Manchester United would be more willing to spend the type of money that West Ham want. They want close to 100 million. Bayern are not going to break that kind of money on him. He would be a transfer record for them.
Yeah, you know
Let
what?
me
You're
let me
so
let me let
right.
me ask you something,
Uh,
Igal. Do you think do you think that this is just PR? The 120 million, like you remember Jude to Liverpool, they said 150, 130, but at the end the price isn't that high. It's 100 million, including bonuses, including this and that. Or do
With
you
certain,
actually think, because it's not public, West Ham didn't say publicly that he's for sale for that much money. It's just all speculations.
to be honest, there's certain clubs that they know are going to generate media speculation and everything. So it is beneficial to West Ham and Declan Rice's people to get as many other names in a bidding war. So if there's a rumor of a bidding war, it benefits West Ham and all the other parties to make more money. But really and truly, we won't know until an official bid is gone in for any club. And nothing's going to go in until after they play their last game on Wednesday. So for now, it's all paper talk. And the people who are running the papers are loving it, and the people who are at West Ham and Declan Rice representatives are loving it. But Arsenal and the Arsenal camp, from what I'm hearing, they seem very calm. And that when I'm saying what I'm hearing is everything that I've read from our tier ones and all the other tier ones. They keep saying Arsenal are going to bid after after Wednesday, after the UCL, the Conference League final. And until then, I'm not going to freak out. And Bayern don't scare me one bit. If this was a foreign player, like an Argentinian or a Brazilian player, I'd feel more like maybe. But the fact that he's English and he's rooted in London, lived in London his whole life, his family's there, and he spoke about not wanting to leave London, gives me more calmness, saying that we're only the real option for him at this point.
But you
Yeah,
don't pay as much money as Bayern Munich
We
in
would.
terms of wage.
now they
We
pay
will.
more.
Bayern Munich's wage bill is crazy.
Because
Right?
they have Mo. It's because they have high world-class players. We don't really have world-class players like that.
But you can't. Okay, but you can't pay Rice what he is worth, because your highest player is Saka, 280 million including bonuses. So
That's
if they go to Declan Rice and offer him 300 or 350, you're not going to be able to make Rice higher than Saka, can
No,
you?
I don't
you're
think he's
wrong.
gonna.
You're wrong. You're wrong. It's not about, oh, look at our wage bill. We don't have a player that's up there. No, it's the opposite. The fact that our wage bill is so down allows us to now pay people more. We've gotten our wage bill down to allow us to get more and more quality players where we can pay them quality money.
So should we do what I already know based on what I have read personally and what we can give to the people in the comments as well, because we're not ITK, so it's not about what we hear about this, that, and the other. It's about the hardcore evidence of what you believe and what you don't believe. So Declan Rice makes £60,000 per week at West Ham. Trust me, there will be no. I doubt Arsenal will make him more than 200,000 per week. That's more than what, tripling his wage. I don't think it'll be that. I think it'll be. I think Arsenal a bit more smart with that. There'll be more incentive based, maybe like clean sheet bonuses, all that kind of stuff. Bonus points. From what I've read as well from the Athletic as well, that Man United are keeping tabs. I'm looking at it right here. They are keeping tabs on Declan Rice in the situation, because obviously it's all down to the fee. But again, I'm pretty sure if we dissect that, I'm pretty sure multiple clubs keep multiple tabs on multiple players, right? Yes or no? We can agree that, right? So Bayern Munich, what Mo said is exactly correct. It's not a financial situation where Bayern Munich can spend money or they can't spend money. It's more of that their wage for what they have implemented in place is way too high. They've got too many stars in the team, hence why they've been trying to get rid of Gnabry for so long and nobody's actually pipped it so much. Apparently, there's rumors around Sane potentially leaving, Kimmich potentially leaving at 29. Thomas Muller's still at the club. He was rumored to be leaving as well, and so forth and so forth. They've got some young stars in there that, they're going to have to get used to the program, that these young players are going to want more and more and more money as they get better, as they know, like, Premier League's got this amount of money, and other clubs can come and get them. Premier League is really setting a precedent for players that really want their wages to go further up. The thing is, I don't think Bayern Munich can wait on Kimmich. Kimmich, Tommy Tuchel type player, I would say he is, and he isn't. I can see why he'd want Rice, because he'd be perfect for the mold of the 3-4-3 that he's probably going to try to implement, whether he goes for that system. So Mane's another one, good one, Sleepy Forest. That's a great shout as well. Mane as well, high wages, ain't done much, hasn't really done anything there. But I just feel like Declan Rice maybe wouldn't want to. He could make a move, but I don't think he'd make a move outside of England just yet. That's just my opinion. So yeah, I don't think Kimmich would be a big issue, because you can't wait on a player to move just to go get this player, because before you know it, Arsenal, let's say in this situation, have literally done all the groundwork they've needed to probably since probably before January even, or maybe in January after Caicedo target. Obviously, the finances around that.
We
It's going to
spoke
be.
last time in
Can
January.
I add something to what Cass said?
It's a matter of
I
it's a
actually
matter of figures. It's a matter of figures. Is it going to be the 90 million or the 120 million valuation? You got to find some ground, like some middle ground.
I heard
there.
92.
I think you guys don't think that Bayern Munich is a guaranteed success. It doesn't matter if you're English or not English.
Of course it is.
That's not the
That's what I'm saying. This is not Borussia Dortmund. This is Bayern Munich. You go to Bayern Munich, your career is in upward trajectory no matter what. You're never gonna be backwards again. You go to Bayern Munich, even go ahead.
That's not the question, though. The question is, one, are Bayern Munich going to value him in the same way as Arsenal would? And two, understand that Bayern Munich is a revolving door with the manager. He might speak to Thomas Tuchel and have security with Thomas Tuchel, but there's already been rumors about Thomas Tuchel being out the door. When you come into a club, you want to know what you're going to be doing, how you're going to be implemented, and how valued you're going to be. And let's be honest, at Arsenal, he'll be one of the crown jewels, where at Bayern Munich, he's just going to be another player.
100%, yes, you're right.
100%.
100%, you're right. But also, Bayern Munich, to be honest with you, Bayern Munich for me, for him, like if he goes to Arsenal and you guys don't win anything in the next year or two, and Arteta gets sacked, get a new manager and another rebuild, that's his career is gonna take a dip. Well, if he goes to Bayern Munich, I'm assuming, I'm just getting trail of thoughts. And if he goes to Bayern Munich, he's guaranteed to win the league, most likely, with them. Yeah. He's guaranteed to go far in the Champions League, quarterfinal, semi-final.
Yeah.
He's guaranteed a starting position in the English national team. No matter who in England plays good in that position, you'll play for Bayern Munich. You are a superstar, of course. You're the English player in Bayern Munich, like Hargreaves. You remember Hargreaves wasn't fantastic, but he was always in the news.
Man. I think
he's not guaranteed nothing.
He's not guaranteed anything.
Where Arsenal, he has more guarantees, in my opinion.
I don't.
In terms of game time, I get you.
Wait. Hold on. I'm not gonna embarrass anything or come across rude. What do you mean by guarantees at Arsenal more than Bayern? What do you guarantee exactly?
Okay, we're not guaranteeing trophies, obviously, right away, because that's a different thing. They're a different level at this moment in time. I acknowledge that. What I say, when he comes to he's going to be moving to another Premier League club within London. We guarantee him that he's close to vicinity to his family. 1, 2, we guarantee him the familiarity. There's not an issue where he's going to have to learn a new language or he's going to have to do things outside of his comfort zone. So the familiarity is another thing. Now, if we're going to talk about on the football pitch, he's going to be playing in a team that is already ready-made for him to just come in and play in that position. I don't know how they're going to be playing at Bayern or how he'll be able to be suited in right away. But at Arsenal, he could play the 8 position where Xhaka plays, and he can play the 6 position.
You back yourself, Gal. He backs himself to play there.
He can back himself, but in my opinion, there's way more like
I hear that part.
Eye-opening positives on him staying just outside of football. And when you bring it to football, the familiarity with the league, the familiarity with how the pace of the Premier League is, the fact that he already knows the Arsenal players and spoken to some of them with England national team and everything else, I just feel like it's a more comfortable environment to come into. And if you see all of our signings as of late, majority of them that have come in have been able to embed themselves quite quickly, like Jesus, Zinchenko, where Bayern Munich, they've signed big name players like Mane and these guys, and they've struggled to implement themselves in that team. So these are things that people look at.
Yeah, you know what,
guys, we need the likes to go up. Come on.
Yeah. If you're
50 already here, hit that like button for us, please. Get your questions and comments if you want us to do them. Get your questions. I'm gonna stop if we do super chats. I'm gonna stop in the middle and we do all the questions, all the comments, and everything. So please, the likes first. And then if you want to get a question or a comment in, you know what to do. But
yeah, you know what, Agal, that's a fair argument. That's not stupid to hear what you said there, because it's true. Like, especially you always find that with English players, they're not comfortable as foreign players of going outside of their country to go and seek a new journey. I would say Spanish players are kind of in that same kind of zone with English players. You don't really see a lot of Spanish players coming over to England, same way you don't really see English players go. But I would like to see a lot of English. You see a lot of English youngsters going out there. But Declan Rice could really make a name for himself in world football if he does go to Bayern. That's what he can do. That's what I think a guarantee would be. Whereas Arsenal, I feel like he would have to prove a little bit more that he's ready for the big challenge, because it is a challenge going to Arsenal Football Club at the end of the day. And I think you're right. He would suit your mold. It will be in London still. Doesn't have to go far. Going from West Ham to Arsenal is peanuts pretty much. You get a nice wage. You're comfortable in a way, and you get to play with some of the boys that he obviously for himself, which would be Saka and and the other English ones are around like Ben White, Ramsdale, so forth and so forth. So yeah, no, you know what, you're not wrong in that sense.
Cass, you don't think the pressure is more if he joins Arsenal? Like everything is on his shoulder.
In
He
England,
is the box. He's the box office signing. Goes
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Bayern. It's a system already done. There are more superstars than bigger than him.
Mo, what's the pressure at Bayern? The fact that the German media are going to get onto you. If you're in the Premier League, we are going to be more in touch with what's going on here. So no matter what, if he moves to
media, darling, you got to remember that as well.
If he moves to an English team, he will have more pressure on him from the English media. If he moves to Germany, really and truly, it's going to be out of sight, out of mind for us.
So there is no pressure, but that's what I'm saying, Iga. There is no pressure. Joins Bayern Munich, no pressure.
There is going to be pressure, but it's a different kind of pressure. It's the local media over there in Germany in comparison to the massive Premier League media that is worldwide. The German, let's be honest, stuff that's going on in Germany, unless it's a crazy fight where Mane punches somebody in the face, you don't hear about it.
Yeah, it's true. You know, I agree. Kane, Declan Rice, they're media darlings, aren't they? I think it's going to be a lot of pressure from the fans. It's like I think it's going to be similar to Jack Grealish. So when Jack Grealish went to, obviously there's big questions around his price tag and everything. So now Declan Rice, let's face it, he's going to be about 100 million. They're going to meet the middle ground, 100 million. They're going to get what they want, West Ham, if not because they can. And that's going to be your record. That would be your record breaker for Arsenal, correct?
100%. But no matter who,
so he would have a big price tag. But I think Declan Rice isn't about I want to go win trophy shit. He's got a lot of time for that because he can go win one on Wednesday. So if he goes to Arsenal, I feel like if he used to bring Arsenal and solidify them as a cemented top team in England, like it's like, bro, this is Arsenal playing today. Like, and he's there. You're cementing a bit of a legacy there. You're starting off a legacy, and I feel like he's got that in him potentially.
I think at Arsenal he could push on to be one of the best midfielders in the league and potentially in world football if he implements himself properly. And Arteta does get better out of players.
No,
Leon, can I ask you something, Igal? How do you feel if you don't get Declan Rice, which is the
we
thing
don't get Declan Rice, we massively effed up, and we need to find and quickly pivot and get an alternative to a Caicedo. We cannot miss out on both of them.
I'm glad you said that. By the way, German media is bullshit just as much. Have you heard of Bild before? BILD?
Oh yeah.
Bullshit. Have you heard of what's the name? Florian Satin as well? Talk shit. There's a few journals over there that do talk shit. Everyone, that's the one. Flori Pretend or something. I don't know what his name is. But there's a few that do talk crap as much as the English media. And every like Relevo over in Relevo or whatever you name over in Spain, bollocks as well, man. I'm pretty sure there's a few as well, Mo, for you in Italy.
Record Portugal?
Yeah.
Yesterday.
You probably look at them thinking, yeah, exactly. But I'm glad you said Caicedo because that means we can actually segue it through to there. By the way, with 6 likes of 100, if you haven't done so, it's literally just believe. If you're watching on your phone, literally just turn it up that way and just you don't have to see the girl on the phone. And then click the like button. Anyways, onto the Caicedo deal. They've been quoted 100 million. I don't believe that for a second. Does anyone else believe that? Because I saw it earlier and I'm thinking 100 million. Where's what? I'm seeing Rimsey and everyone said, Remedy, sorry, and all them players, guys saying like 100 million. Bav saying 100 million. He's not worth that. And I'm thinking, what's going on?
Bro, Brighton, no, they have a prized asset in this guy, and they just got him down under a new contract. They're going to ask for the moon, and they're going to settle for halfway. They're going to probably take 80 or 70.
Yeah, I can't see it. I was just looking at the Caicedo, and it looks like, look, Chelsea fans going to have to hold the Ugarte stuff, which we're going to talk about. I suppose we can mix and match it, but he's been on the list. Like, it's a known fact that he's been on the list as well in January, just couldn't afford it. But if they go out and Brighton know they have to spend money for midfielders. Like, they know you have to spend a big buck of it, whereas other teams don't have to, and you can probably negotiate a little bit better. Arsenal they get Rice. They don't need Caicedo. You know what I mean? Who else? Liverpool, if they want to go for a midfielder like Caicedo, they don't need to. Well, they do need to, but they just got McAllister from them. I don't think they're going to go for there. So I think Caicedo's nilch, right? But they got to look at Chelsea thinking, I know you got money. Pay up or you're not going to get him. We're happy to keep him otherwise. And it's like, I think they look at like 80 million. Why are we going to strengthen someone that's finished below us rather than someone that's going to get strengthened above us?
Because of the money? Because of the money?
Yeah, maybe.
The money.
The Man United tax? It's now called the Chelsea tax or the Todd Bowley tax.
I think so. Oh, nice. Oh, wait, I need to start that. Go on, carry on.
I was just going to say, Mo, when it comes to Caicedo, You guys be honest. Is anybody outside of the Premier League paying 70 or 80 mil for Caicedo?
No, I don't think so.
So
But
Brighton,
listen, he is good, but the English media made him look like he is like Michael Carrick at his best, or Roy Keane, or something like this. I'm like, the guy played a season and a half, and playing under one of the best coaches in terms of progressive football and stuff in the Derby. Like everybody, Pascal Gross looked fantastic under the Derby. Like Lewis Dunk looked like a prime Rio Ferdinand. Like
bring it back though. Bring it back though. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Juventus, any of these clubs spending money like that anymore on these kind of players, fringe players in a smaller club in another league? No. So really and truly, for any of our clubs to be going for Caicedo, it should be 60, 70 max. And that's max based on his performances. But really and truly, he's not that caliber of a player yet to be garnishing 100 million. 100 million is being thrown to everybody now. Everyone's worth 100 million. What the hell is Bukayo Saka and Phil Foden worth then? 200 million?
Yeah, because I'm looking at it here on the mirror, and I don't. This is what I mean. Where I don't believe it. Newcastle, Iron Tierney. That's another one for you as well.
30 mil.
But they're saying that Arsenal have, well, according to Mirror, that Arsenal have agreed terms with Caicedo. They said Moises Caicedo has reported agreed terms with Arsenal after Brighton boss he expects the midfielder to be on the move this summer. No, this is now as well. This
in January we agreed terms. It's the same terms.
Yeah, so it's like, so what we're gonna go on here? It's just looking like a bunch of. I didn't say I believe the Mirror. The Mirror talks crap. It's just looking like a lot of recycled journalism. Do you know what I mean? Sport Bible, same thing. The Sun, the same thing. It's recycled. So the terms have already been done. Do you think that you're gonna go get both Declan Rice and Caicedo? Do you reckon that'll be 180 million package done?
No chance.
What more do you need? Because I think of it like this, yeah. Think of it more like this. And by the way, Bayern Reds put up a comment. I didn't know this, but they didn't pop it up. So I've literally scrolled through the other chat where you can look at it, and you know, it's the membership comments don't get shown, and I apologize for that. We'll go through that in a second. But Bayern Reds did say, let's be honest, Arsenal only guarantee bottle jobs. They don't guarantee anything else. That was to you, Miguel. I saw before the season ended that Arsenal actually had a £200 million budget, yeah? And that's not with outgoings. Now, cool. Think of it like this. Kieran Tierney goes out the door. Rob Holding, maybe. Thomas Partey, maybe. Xhaka's leaving on a free, I think.
15 mil.
Or 50 million, sorry. And that's probably going to be your outgoing.
I don't think you're going to get that money, Miguel. But
no, but think about it. If they got
the money for Xhaka's already agreed, Mo.
If they got about
with who? Someone in the Premier League.
Leverkusen.
Yeah, Leverkusen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm.
Think of it like this. So Arsenal got roughly 200 mil, right? Yeah. 200 mil, yeah. And they got some outgoings. Why can this still not be done? Why can they not go get 180 million pound in midfielders? Because when you actually deep it, they can afford it, and they don't really need to strengthen many other areas.
Profiles. It's because of the profiles. I think it's very unlikely that Arsenal go and sign two midfielders of the profiles of Declan Rice and Caicedo in the same transfer window.
They're not similar.
I think they might view them as similar, and that's why we're linked to Mason Mount, and that made more sense because getting a Declan Rice or a Caicedo and a Mason Mount or another attacking midfielder similar to a Mason Mount, that's what we might do. I personally think this is what's going to happen. I think it's going to be Declan Rice and Sergej Milinkovic-Savic come in this window.
I don't see Sergej Milinkovic-Savic being the thing. Look, the guy gets rumored every year with Man United and Chelsea. No one goes in for him. I think it's time. I think he stays in Serie A, and I think he's quality. But he's not a bad shot. But it wouldn't make sense to get Declan Rice at Big Up Mons. It wouldn't make sense to get Declan Rice and also Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. They're two similar profiles. I look at Declan Rice, right, and then I see an upgrade on Xhaka, that kind of play on the 8. But when I see Caicedo, does anyone ever think of him more than a 6? Because I think he's just a 6.
He might play right back also. If we did sign him, he could also play right back.
6, right back, 8. You could do it for them.
Yeah, but Mons, where do you Big Up Mons, by the way? Anyone joining? Make sure you check out Mons' channel and a girl's channel who's going to be live with Kevin Campbell in about half an hour. But you know what I'm saying? No one's there. But when you look at Caicedo and Rice, like Mons, do you not see them as two different profiles?
Yeah, because I think Caicedo isn't as tidy as Rice, but Rice is probably better going forward, but Caicedo is probably more defensively polished.
That's what I'm saying. So it's
They're
a like.
both amazing defensively.
I
if you
actually
put it
completely disagree with
put it
you.
black and white, but if you put it black and white, they both can play 6 and 8.
Yeah.
If it's just black and white, you know what I'm
You
saying?
think Declan Rice, Mons, is a better passer than Caicedo, for example?
Yes.
Progressively, yes.
Yes,
Keeping it simple, no.
But his pass, Declan Rice's passing range is better than.
You know what?
I'm
I
saying.
can't lie. Yeah, I'm not. I'm quite hateful. Not hateful, but I would say I think I've underrated Rice a lot. I think he's wicked when I deep it. Like, I'm thinking this season what he's done for it. I think he's actually wicked. Like, I think he's gonna. I always said that he can become a very good player. Like, he's a very good player, but I can't see world class. But I can see this man molding into world class, man. That guy's mentality is through the roof for me. I think he's got some I think he's got some very good talents, and I think I've underrated him quite a lot. And if he goes to Arsenal, I'm gonna be hating when I deep it. Maybe it's because I'll get Mason Mount.
I'm not gonna lie. If Declan Rice comes to Arsenal, we have another leader in the dressing room. We have another captain type figure. It's not only just his footballing abilities, also his intangibles, which is key to a dressing room. And we need experience if we're gonna lose Granit Xhaka. And as young as he is, he does have a lot of experience playing in the Premier League.
If you get Declan Rice, if you get Sergio Milinkovic-Savic, if you get another forward next to the 4 you already have,
And 2
I
defenders.
think one defender.
Okay.
One defender as a sub for the 2 center backs. I think you challenge for the league again. Sergio Milinkovic-Savic, for people that don't watch, always gets double digits, goals and assists. If not, he gets like 9 and 11. He gets like 8 and 12. If he goes to the Premier League, he's going to be one of the most dominant midfielders there. He is so big, so mobile at the same time, scores a lot of goals, and can run with the ball. He's phenomenal. For some reason, they didn't want to sell him.
What I want to know, what I want to just like, we can't let Chelsea get away with any slander here. Like, we got to be honest. Like, we cannot. Look, they don't want just Caicedo. They want Romeo Lavia as well.
Chelsea scare me.
Like, if they get Romeo Lavia and also Pochettino and also Caicedo, yes, it's quite defensive, but you're thinking like, wait, hold on, what's going on here? Like, what's going on here? And then you got to think how much they're gonna have to pay for both these players. You're looking at, by the time this window is finished, in 1 year, one single year, once 1 billion spent, bro. 1 billion spent. If they go and get, you got Nkunku now. Let's say they did get Caicedo and Lavia. Let's say they're gonna have to go and get a striker. They might even keep Lukaku, which I highly doubt. Bro, they're not just looking at that. They're looking at other positions as well. Like, would you be looking at them thinking, bro, you got to go win the league, mate? What's going on? You need to be doing big boy things.
They've shown us that obviously there's been many examples that where, money can't buy. You can't just buy the league. You have to spend well. You still have to spend well. You can't just throw money and not know what to do and think it's going to work out. I think what it does is, I think it's detrimental to the players. It's not just the financial. It's that when your club is consistently buying players, what player is gonna, like, when you're already at Chelsea, are you not gonna think to yourself, rather, bro, like, man's just replaceable? And it's not a positive type of player competition replaceable. It's these men are expendable at the easiest rate. So even if you're having a decent season or a good season, these men are bringing in players who might not even suit the system just for whatever reason, for these dumb reasons. That's not good for the players. It's not good for the chemistry. It's not good for the changing rooms. And they said it, you've heard it throughout the Chelsea change room. It's silent there. It's silent. Man, don't talk. There's no chemistry. It's silent. Man, don't even chill out together. They didn't even do an end of season. What was it? They didn't do it. They didn't do the end of season party thing. They didn't do the award. They didn't do it.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna say this: Chelsea scare me because they're breaking the mold of the market.
All right, Terry.
They're really fucking it up. Sorry for swearing. They're messing up the whole market.
No, not to say sorry for swearing. I'm saying, okay,
Like-
Terry, because that's scare me.
No, because they've signed 8 players that cost more than 55 million. In comparison to the rest of the Premier League, like Liverpool have signed like what, 2 or 3 that are over that price. Arsenal have signed like 2 in our history that are over 55 million. Manchester United maybe like another 7. Man City, they don't really make too many signings over 55 million, but they've made like at least 5 of them. this is really having side effects to the whole market. That's why Mason Mount now costs 50 million. That's why average players are costing 20 million, because they're signing players that are not world class, that have not been proven at the highest level for ridiculous prices, and it's having a side effect on everybody else's transfers. Now, it could benefit them in the long run, but to me, it's really just messing up their own budget in the future, and it's messing it up for everyone else in world football. There should be something done, but these guys, as long as they have money, they're going to make stupid decisions and spend money like crazy, and it's going to have side effects on us.
I agree. I fully agree with that point. Was you going to say something, Mo, quick?
No, I was just gonna say I don't like. Listen, I don't like this. I hope for the good of football, this model fails. For the good of world football,
I think
this model has to fail for the good of world football. This buy a forward doesn't work. Go buy another forward more expensive. Buy a midfielder doesn't work. Go buy two. That shouldn't work. Sack coach, hire coach. It worked before with them, but by the way, actually during the Abramovich era, they didn't spend as much as now. Like, they are going crazy. People forget something. Do you remember the time when they went and signed Werner, Havertz, Ziyech, Pulisic? People forgot that. Do you remember that window that they signed 12 players before they got slapped with the transfer ban? They went and signed 12 players at that time. And I'm like, what are you doing? All these players, they want them shifted now. And all the players would only sign 2019, 4 years ago. Just 4 years ago. You want to shift every single one that you signed 4 years ago. You want brand new squad. Nobody does this. So I'm sorry. This has to fail, because otherwise people are going to try to fight financial fair play and then try to spend money. Like, owners are going to say, okay, we just can't spend money like this. Sponsorships are going to be through the roof. Spend money. I hope it fails, bro.
You know what? I think it's already on a down. I think it's on a failure. Sorry, go on. What you saying, Miguel?
You're gonna just say what I was about to say. So you want to say?
It's already a failure at this point, and that's why I think Pochettino could be the guy that could really revive stuff. For next season, 1 game a week, it can become an issue. It can become an issue, and I think Chelsea fans are going to expect something, a bit like Man United fans expected something.
But Cass just said
they're gonna have a lot of mercenaries. That's the problem.
Yes, but Cass just said that with this money they can challenge for the league. If these guys get top 4 next year, everybody's gonna look around and say, okay, so they literally just bought it.
Yeah, it's not a thing. Yeah, but that's
it's gonna work. It might work, which is worrying. It might work.
This is really the true definition of buying the league. This is the true not Man City. They spent $1 billion over the last 10 years. So is Man United, 1.2, and actually Arsenal not far off of that, to be fair. And you know what? And this is what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of this. That's not definition of buy. That is the definition of buying the league. And this other definition is basically literally 466 of you in here. Look, big up everyone that's just tuning in. Maybe you're not subscribed, maybe you are subscribed, but if you haven't, be nice to see some more subscribers go up. We're nearly on 9K. 154 likes. Look, you lot set the target. You said the target was for you guys 150 to 175. 46% of you. Can we get past that likes? There's 14% of you that said we can get to 200 at least. If you haven't done so, big up yourself. But you know what? This is where you got to prop Liverpool now, yeah? And I'm gonna have to hold on. Wait. Hold on. So Jorge Schmatka, that come from Wolfsburg, has now backed the new director of football, right? He's literally nearly officially put the pen to paper for his first signing under his new regime. But maybe it was before, but it's going to go under him because he's the official one. Yeah, McAllister. So we're waiting for months to come about the McAllister deal. And it's not what we thought it was going to be, 70, 80 million, 64 million. No, we're talking 38 million pounds.
Crazy.
38 million silver sterling pounds. And you know what? And you know what the funny part is? That's not where it's going to stop. Clearly, you're targeting a profile, an athletic profile, to help with that profile. Because obviously McAllister isn't the most athletic player in the world. Either he's not fast or anything, but what he's going to do is going to give you control. Something that probably Thiago gives you, but he's not available enough to give you. Does that make sense, Ponce?
Correct.
Yeah, man. Go on, talk to me.
Obviously, big up Joe. Don't know how much he played a part in this one, obviously, because this was definitely in the works before he's come through the door. But listen, first of all, GA. I know we're going to speak about Liverpool, but you can't have 500 people in there and have 160. I'm going to need more likes, people. You know what I'm saying? 500 people and under 250 likes. McAllister has just basically signed for Liverpool, and I'm not seeing over 250 likes. Smash the like and hashtag Mac10. Get it trending. Hashtag Mac10. There we go. I'm seeing the likes fly up now. That's what I want to see. Make sure you go subscribe. Make sure you're subscribing to these lot as well. You know what I'm saying? But let's speak on it. Let's speak on Mac, because a wild Kaz in his never a foul environment said not too long ago that you shouldn't be don't hold your horses when it comes to the Mac 10. He said, hold your horses. He was telling me to be apprehensive about it, not to be out there. And he was right. I wasn't out there because I have PTSD. I have Jude Bellingham PTSD. I'm not gonna lie. I suffer heavily from the fact that signings can fall through even though we're linked for over 2 years. So forgive me. But now that it's done, I can hold my chest out now, pause, and I can rub it in. Because Cass was doing the whole, we linked somewhere else, we could go City. I know someone who said, Montel, so be careful, it could be based on that Champions League. But guess what? Little Europa League Liverpool have gone and done it again.
You just ruined it. You just ruined it.
Manchester United. And guess what? On top of guess what? Yeah.
You just ruined it. And
I'm not saying you lot were slapping in bids left, right, and centre, but there was interest in McAllister from Manchester United. There was. You know what I'm saying? And I was scared that Man City were going to go and get him. When I heard Gundogan was looking to leave, I'm not going to lie, I was scared. Then obviously
we're going to talk on that as well, by the way.
Yeah, they went for Cobra instead. And now obviously you guys are looking like you're going to get Mason Minerals, Manchester Mount. You know what I'm saying? Manchester Mount. Manny Mount. You know what I mean? Manny Mount for the 70 M's. Top dollar. 70 M's of the Queen's finest. 70 million of the Queen's pounds. Pound sterling. Thank you very much. Listen, I'm not going to lie. With all this chat, knowing football, Mason Mount might just be over Manchester United. I'm not going to lie. It'll be funny if that happens.
It is happening. No, it is happening. We will talk on it because we ain't got that long to talk on it.
Let me jump on this quick. It's a huge signing for Liverpool, but right now, based on what you just said, instead of bigging up the signing that you made and the price tag of the signing and actually getting in a quality midfielder, you've gone sucked into the Liverpool PR that this is a former Manchester United target, and you've gone away from the thing. You need more. This is not enough. I
never said this is enough. This is the first of the building block. This is the first block. I'm not gonna lie. After missing out on Bellingham or pulling out the Bellingham deal, this is a brilliant way to bounce back from that by getting McAllister, not just for the 70 mil, 10 million less than what Jude has been quoted at, or 20 million less, but getting him for 38 million. It leaves us more space.
All I'm saying is merely laughing at Manchester United about a signing when really and truly we don't even know if they were seriously in for the player because they never bid.
No, trust me. When I can tell you for free, yeah, they were. But
that's just the me and Kaz thing. It's just like with Kaz, if Kaz can get at me, he's gonna get at me. It's just the fuck Kaz for this one.
But no one said you
make two more signings. You make two more signings, legitimate contender for the Premier League again.
Yeah, but Igal, let them be happy. Igal, listen, Igal. Everybody doubted Liverpool. People wanted to make fun of Liverpool because of Jude. And people said they doubted them signing McAllister, one of the players with that much money. And they said, you won't be able to sign. Let them be happy. I don't get it.
Yeah,
why? No, you're like,
1 second.
Happy.
I gassed up the signing. I said it's a huge signing. I think
we all made fun of them when they didn't sign Jude.
First of all,
I'm gonna take the.
I didn't really make fun of them, to be honest. I'm always neutral with Liverpool. When it comes to this whole thing right now, they've made a great signing. I'm not belittling the signing at all. I'm just merely saying it's not enough. You still need to go and sign two more players to be back to legitimate contenders in that midfield, let alone the defense.
Two? I think they need more than that.
I think they need two more in the midfield and then the defender.
I don't know. I think they need. I don't think they need more. They need more than that. They need legs. Like McAllister's a great signing, but it's what you put around McAllister to make that thing. And also, not just one. You need two because I think once you know about Henderson and Fabinho, bro, their legs are gone, man. And it's like,
Oh,
you put legs around, you need
Those
two
days
pairs
are
of legs
done.
around McAllister. Remember, there's Caicedo, and who's the other one next to him? Like, and see, bro, their legs around
Personally,
the
I would have loved to get Caicedo and McAllister. The fact that, how about this? The fact that we got McAllister 38 million, this is what I was thinking. It's impossible to get them both because they're both going to cost an excess of 70+ million, both of them. That's what I thought. It's like, oh, that's dead. That's impossible. Now that I'm seeing McAllister 38 million, now I'm thinking, Liverpool, why are you not going and trying to get Caicedo now? It's not going to happen. We're not linked to him anymore like we were. But it's like, now that he's there at a cut price, why are we not looking at Caicedo? But obviously, there is a caveat to that in Kone and Thuram. Even though those aren't conventional sixes, they are predominantly 8 and more forward thinking. But both of them do have defensive ability and young French players who have legs in the midfield that can contribute to our system. But I don't really want to kind of go into Kone and Thuram. This needs to kind of be about.
You know what made no sense though, Monts, yeah? What would make no sense? By the way, I want respect for the source that was actually it, because I mentioned the two names before Liverpool fans even knew that he was even interested. So I love it. There was just only rumors. But no, it was one thing. It was literally one thing. Daps knows it as well. So it was only one thing. I'll never say it, but he literally said, but I thought my understanding was that it would be down to Champions League football, but clearly Man United just didn't fancy the player and just said, look, it's clear as day Liverpool had the free run at him. And look, when you look at it, Liverpool, what have they always been great at? Negotiations. And they negotiated that price where Brighton might have asked Man United, cool, we want 55, 60 million for him. And Man United like, no, hold on. When Liverpool said, we'll come in for him, do your magic, work, yada, yada, yada. And look, man, it is what it is. But look, I have to hold the L in it. Like, it is what it is. It's whatever. Look, congratulations, Liverpool.
It's a thing, but it's also a thing. I'm saying that looking at McAllister,
I like Coney, man.
He's a bit of a hybrid of everything we don't have at the moment.
Coney, man. I like,
you know what I mean? Like, as in, like, let's be real. We don't have any goal scoring midfielders. I think Fabio Carvalho is probably our best goal scoring midfielder, and he doesn't even play. He's probably out the door. So there's no one who can actually go and get goals going forward. In terms of receiving the ball as a deep line playmaker, if we need one, we don't have to just rely on Trent anymore. A lot of the time when I'm watching Liverpool's midfield,
no, you need more than that. I mean, Monster, I'm not
saying it's just McAllister. I'm talking about the signing.
Do you trust? You know what? Bun that. Do you trust Klopp to get it done properly though? Do you actually trust him, even with all these? Do you actually, in your head, 100% be like, you know what, Klopp's going to be the one to really get us galvanizing and rallying the troops?
It's more hopium. It's more hopium. I'll be honest with you. It's more hopium. It's not like I can't stand here and say Klopp's going to rebuild this team into something great again because he's never done it before. But what we can say is that he's brought us the most success we've seen in the last 15 years or so. So for that, I believe no one deserves the opportunity any more than Jurgen Klopp, and he has to get it right this window, and then he has to get it right after the disaster of the last 2 windows / 3 windows. He has to get it right, and then now it's going to be on Klopp to tactically get it right once the options come in, because we need to stop I don't look at Liverpool in a vacuum. United are improving. Arsenal are flying.
Europa League.
This
Thursday, Sunday is going to be a test, man. It's going to, you know what it is? It's going to be a test.
But this is what I'm saying. It's not even just the Thursdays, bro. I'm saying everyone's improving. Brighton are now in Europe. Newcastle are now on the rise. As an Arsenal are flipping flying. Yes, United are going to improve. Chelsea, like it or not, with the money coming in, there is going to be an improvement somehow or some way. And the same with Man City. This was Haaland's warm-up season. That scares me in itself. So we have to level up with everyone else. And at the same time, we need to address our issues. We have to prioritize our issues ASAP and just go and get that consistency back, because inconsistency is what's going to make us fall further and further down the table or in the pecking order. And we need to go back to challenging as soon as possible. Whether that happens this year is another conversation, but Klopp needs to now show his tactical awareness and how he can tactically tweak a team to suit a modern style of football. And then what happens then? Hopefully, we can get back to where we were. Thursday nights is going to be an issue for Liverpool, but at that, for me, I want to see Núñez play every single game in that Europa League. I want him getting that game time. For the guys who are starting and for the guys who are going to be on the bench, I need them playing every single game in that Europa League to get as much game time, to get rhythm, because our bench players are not good enough to come in for one game and do the job. They're not.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what be a testament to this as well.
Curtis Jones needs rhythm. I'm just saying Curtis Jones needs rhythm, and people like Núñez needs rhythm. So that's what I'm saying.
Europa League is tough to watch sometimes, man.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop there, by the way, for Liverpool.
I actually
as well.
think Liverpool should go and make a signing like Casemiro, like someone who's gonna lead with experience.
We said one name since January. We said one name since January, which is linked now with Man United, which is Sofian Amrabat. But
he isn't. No. What I mean, I mean, age-wise, experience-wise, and you know what I mean, like someone who's gonna change the way they play. I'm not like someone like Kimmich, for example. If Kimmich wants to leave, if Kimmich wants to leave, maybe you go and
he's going to Barcelona.
That would make no
sense. He is not going to be expensive. Barcelona, Igal, there are rumors that will be banned, and everything is pending that. Everything is pending.
No, Mo. Say for what it is Brozovic. That's who they should go and get. They should go now and get a Brozovic. If they get what's it called, a Kimmich, and they just got McCann, that makes no sense. That makes no sense.
Kimmich is at 6 now. Kimmich is a 6, bro.
Yeah, I hear you, but he's not. He's a different type of 6. Look what he's got in front of him.
If they get Brozovic, which I hope they don't.
No, he's got Goretzka in front of him. And then what else has he got in front of him?
Imagine if they get Brozovic. To be honest, oh my god.
Don't Inter have to sell players though?
Yeah, look.
We might not because of the 80 million we made from the Champions League run that wasn't expected.
Give me Barella, man.
That makes sense.
I'll give you Barella, man.
No, Barella. Brozovic is the one that might be for sale because Inter might go replace him with Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. They might go and do that and shift Hakan. Anyway, that's a different story. But if they get, but this is the likes. This is the transfer that Liverpool want. Someone like Kimmich, Brozovic, someone with experience in that 6 role to replace Fabinho today, like tomorrow. He comes in, starts tomorrow.
Yeah,
not a transition, not learning, not young, not developing. Someone who will start tomorrow.
Well, they're looking at another player. Obviously, Kefram Thuram. It wouldn't make sense. He plays for Nice. Let's say Sir Jim Ratcliffe was to take over Man United. It would make no sense to sell that man to Liverpool Football Club. But there's another name that they're linked with, that they're battling Newcastle with, is Gabby Veiga. If anyone knows about Celta Vigo, this guy is...
11 goals. 11 goals, 4 assists.
It's not, bro, he's different gravy. I don't think he's a 10. He's more of an 8 for me. And if he's going to come to Premier League as he grows up a little bit more, matures, see that man there, yeah, that's what you call an athlete. That's what you call a bit of PMP right there. That's what you call a talent. Like, when you talk about the revisionism of Spain in the future of Pedri, Gavi, and all them players there, he is another name on that sheet. Gabby Veiga is a baller, and I can see him going to Newcastle, but I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool battle in for him, because you need that sort of profile in your team. McAllister's not a creative spark, and I'm not saying you need a creative spark, because I think Luis Diaz and your midfield in future
can break the lines. It wouldn't be a creative spark. He can break the lines off more often than what we have.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm just looking at what I've seen of Gabby Veiga. There's not a lot. Daily Express stuff, foot on the ball, Northern Echo battling in for him, and he's only going to cost a whopping £34 million for his, and that's a buyout clause, by the way.
Release everyone though.
Would you say he takes the mantle of what Fabio Carvalho was supposed to do?
Meant to do. I would say so, but you know what? I like to look.
He's a similar type of player. That's why I don't think we'd get him.
What I think would be quite good midfield for you boys would be, I think that can work against a smaller size, a Bajcetic, a McAllister, and then maybe a Gabby Veiga. That would make sense, or a Kone. So I think you might even get both potentially. That would make sense for me. Or you could even play. It's all about the DM. I think Fabinho don't go anywhere. I'll be honest. I think Fabinho is going to give him a chance to prove himself again. And this might be it. He might just turn into the Fabinho that you know, right?
So I've been saying this for 38 games. I generally think his legs are gone. I think what Klopp wants to do now is surround him by more legs.
Yeah. But obviously, some other little parts as well. Break hearts for Arsenal. Gundogan is set to extend his contract with what he wants basically at Man City. So he wanted a year initially. He was set to join Barcelona, and now they're saying he's set to pen the paper for 2 years on a new contract. Why are you looking at that, Gal?
We should wait until after the Champions League final. You never know. Barcelona said they're done.
But then you can say you never know about Declan Rice, man.
No, I agree. But obviously, Man City is his first choice. Barcelona is second choice. We're always third choice on this whole thing. So I'm not really heartbroken at all. I knew that Barcelona and Man City were the first choices. And if he's going to stay at Manchester City, it makes sense. Why would he played so well this season? And Man City tend to get these things wrong. If they have a lot of players outgoing, keeping Gundogan as they transition next season makes sense.
Well, MEN said about 5 hours ago about apparently his uncle and agent of him said that he's denied that the client has signed a new deal with the club or anything like that yet. And maybe they are going to wait till after the Champions League final to renew that as well. But it's looking like the direction, man. Like he's looking like he's going to sign
They're
that.
going to give him 1 year. They're going to give him 1 year and 1 year option, like Daniel said in the comment. To be honest,
he turned down a 1 year.
It's a 1 year with an extra option. I don't think he's going to accept that.
But Barcelona are giving him a 2 year with guaranteed with an extra year.
Now it's 3 years with a guarantee. Yes, with a guaranteed extra year if he wants. Yeah. So why would he accept 1 year and 1 year option? Like I don't get it. Unless he wants to stay at Man City. And
the money was never the issue. It's literally about contract size. And don't forget, Gundogan is a player who almost had to retire because of an injury, and now his career has been prolonged because of the rotation at Manchester City. So playing at a club where you're not guaranteed, where you don't have to play every single week and you still do well, benefits him more. Where at Manchester City, he can play every game when they need him, and during times when he's having back spasms or issues, he doesn't have to play as much.
I think he's going to stay at Man City.
I think he's going to stay. 1 year. I also think he's going to stay as well. Look, this is exactly what he said. Look, Fabrizio reported about what in the morning today. He said nothing has been agreed with City or any other club at that matter. The recent reports are not true. Ilkay is only focused on the final, which makes sense. Which that just tells me that he's going to stay, though. If I'm being totally honest, I don't see any other way around it. Gundogan is clutch, man. I don't think they can. I think Daps said it himself as well. Like, look, they're not going to lose Bernardo and Gundo in one window. Not both of them. It's too much. I think it's too much. Like, you can't see it, right? If anyone's going to leave, it's Bernardo. But if they do get rid of Bernardo Silva, or not rid of, let's say he's set to leave, then it's going to be a hefty fee for that guy as well. And there might be players coming in return, potentially.
I've been saying this for a couple of weeks now. We just got to all hope and pray that they get it wrong for once, because these guys can't get every decision right. Like, surely they can't get every decision right, because Manchester City seems like even when they get it wrong, somehow they have another player to come in and get it right for them. It's just messed up. Like, yeah, man, I appreciate having me on it always, man. You guys have a good one. Mons, you already know what it is. I'm not trying to party. I'm not trying to poop your party. I'm just saying one signing shouldn't make you that happy. You should still want more.
I do want more, but I'm happy about the signing. I'm happy about the signing. Do you know it's because of my PTSD of not. I was unsure about the signing, which is why I'm happy that we got it over the line.
Fair enough. Don't know, man. I'll see you guys soon.
And look, I just can't see it. Like, there's no way it's gonna happen. Obviously, and then has anyone actually seen? I know it's not Premier League news. Obviously, Messi back to Barcelona, trying to find a solution of how it can happen. I don't know why he's not even. Why is he not even allowed back? By the way, why is Messi not allowed back?
Isn't that happening? He's going back to Barcelona.
Apparently so, man. But something that looks like it's happening, just to wrap up the show in the next few minutes. Mason Mount
is gonna go to Inter Miami, and then they're gonna loan him to Barcelona.
Yeah, watch. That's probably gonna be the correct case. But Mason Mount is set to sign for Manchester United. I think Ben Chilwell, Reece James both confirmed it in their small interviews, even though it was 10 seconds. Ben Chilwell told the guy when it was that F1 track, if guys don't know this, they literally told him he's going to Man United. And he started laughing and smiling and giving up the typical footballers in England kind of quotations and divert it somewhere else. Reece James kind of said it as well. He doesn't want him to leave, but come on, man. It's all. I just want to know what the figures are going to be around this, because it infuriates me so much. Like, it really does infuriate me, Mo. Like,
this is a big L for Man United. I don't get it. Like,
it depends. If they get it, look, I said if they can get it for 50 million,
yeah,
cool. But it depends what you get. What do you get with that?
You get Lavia for that.
No. What do you get on top of that? Like, you get Mount, but what do you get on top of Mount? You got to give me more midfielders. You can't just give me one midfielder for Manchester United. That infuriates me. That pisses me off.
Yeah. Do you know what the problem is? Is like, if I'm seeing every single Man United fan not happy about Mason Mount, who's gonna buy the shirt then? If they're bringing a guy and they keep talking about the marketing value of the player and he's gonna sell jerseys and stuff, well, who's buying it? Are you buying Mason Mount jersey? No, you're not. Nobody's buying Mason Mount jersey. He's not Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm sorry. If Declan Rice goes to Arsenal fans buying Declan Rice. If McAllister, when he goes to Liverpool fans buying McAllister.
Yeah, but you're talking
Mason
about
Mount goes to Man United. Nobody's buying.
No one's buying Lavia jerseys.
Yeah, but the difference is you're paying Lavia. Lavia's not going to be 50 million. You need a box office. You need a box office signing. And it looks like they're making it mount. They are making it mount.
That's one thing that I don't want with Man United. I don't want box office signings. I'm sick of box office signings. They don't do anything for us anymore. Like, we need these smaller, like Kone, like Mount. It makes sense to go do that. And DM, who can you go get Enzo Lafite? I don't need all these box office stuff. Bro, if Man United get bought out again, yeah, the revenues go straight back up from the Glazers anyways. They'll pump money and all this kind of stuff, yada, yada, yada. Things will be all right. We don't need a guy to sell shirts. Rashford will sell enough shirts. You know what I mean? Lisandro Martinez as a centre-back sells shirts. Like, Casemiro will sell shirts. That's not the issue. It's just, I don't know. Look, it's not that I don't rate Mount. Mount, everyone knows he's a good player, bro. He's not shit. But it's what Man United currently need. It doesn't make sense to get Mount as their first player. Now, Man United need to hit a quota. I've said this time and time again to you, man. Everyone needs an English quota amount of homegrown players, whether it's Cat A or Cat B, to go into Europe. You need at least 8. Man United are lacking on that because we're about to sell allegedly about to ship 3, 4, 5 of them. So it kind of makes sense. But it's what do you get on top of that? We need someone that's going to play ball retention. Yeah, Mount's an athlete. He can run. He's got legs. It makes sense. You want to press. It kind of reminds me of Liverpool. No one's technically that great, but at least Fabinho was technically decent. Back then, I'm thinking Wijnaldum was technically decent as well. Not that much different. It's like he's going for that kind of style.
It's never been the quota at Liverpool to have bare techie midfielders. It's never been
exactly. But now it's looking like you've got the quota to go get yourself some techie midfielders.
I understand why nobody's going for Benasser.
Thiago McAllister, Curtis Jones getting up in his tech levels a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Thiago's techie, obviously, but he's always in the hospital like Martial. But that's just what I'm saying. Look, Mason Mount would be a good player for Man United, and I think he'd be good under Ten Hag. It's just that I just can't imagine a midfield of Mason Mount, Bruno, and Casemiro. You might as well make me vomit. It's true, isn't it? When you think of that,
it's not that bad. It's not.
No, because we're
not that bad.
When I think of that, I think, is he trying to make this a transition? That's a transition team, a transition midfield. That's a transition midfield. Win the ball back, go back at them again, and get the ball up the field as far as you can and quick as you can, and see if you can hurt them. That would make sense. But when you're thinking about like Ten Hag, I think of element of at least some control. There's a playmaker. There's no playmaker in there. There's the whole point of Christian Eriksen. So, you know what I mean? And it's not getting. I just don't see it. And we don't even have a backup DM still. So I'm pretty sure there'll be another player in and around. But when you think about it, there's 0 ball retention, and Man United still need 2 midfielders, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
Correct. But yeah, man. Has anyone else got anything else to say? Oh yeah, guys. By the way, if you're still here, still loads of you. Don't go anywhere. Please smash the like button. We're nearly on 300 likes. We're about 39 away. So if you haven't done so, big up yourselves. Yeah, you know what, Jack? That's the best comment you've ever said in your entire career on YouTube. Mount is an underrated ball carrier. Yeah, you're right. He is a decent ball. That's the best comment you've ever said.
It's the bit after that he lacks. It's the bit after that.
It's the bit after that. But but yeah, man, we're gonna have to wrap it up there. It's been nearly about an hour. Mo's been here. Gonna have to jump off. Right now, though, what's currently going on is that tomorrow, probably midday, we're gonna be doing another transfer roundup as well. Probably surrounding bits about Kane and whatever's going on, like in the future. Obviously, there'll be some more news. Kane, Kai Havertz, Real Madrid. It's all a bit of a blur at the moment. Probably get some like I think Carefree, Lewis, and Savas on. So it'll be an interesting discussion. Maybe Raul, the Real Madrid fan himself. But right now, currently, Kevin Campbell is on with a gal currently. So if you stay here, it will take you over there. Go say hello. I'm pretty sure a gal will appreciate it. And yeah, we move on from there. But big up yourselves for tuning in. Didn't expect this much people to actually watch us. But man, the growth is the growth. And if you subscribe, big up yourselves as well, man. Mo, Monts, anything to say? Anything got going on later, Monts?
Don't know. I've got to go play football now. Obviously, got another few games, few new Premier League stadiums. No, I'm joking. No, I've got football later.
Don't you dare give away the news. Anyways, but yeah, man.
Highlights out soon. Milton has highlights out soon.
I don't even want to see my highlights, man. It's just simple. They'll just be simple, to be honest. When you deep it, when I actually deep the highlights, when you looked at the last highlights, it was more like all the shots, no defending.
What are the highlights? Can someone send us?
They're not there. They're not there. All it would be is literally Mont skipping a man, going for a shot or crossing it, or someone missing the shot. That's all it would be. It won't be anything from build up. It won't be anything that I did, like literally breaking the lines, like in the middle of the field or side. It won't do none of that. But yeah, big up yourselves. Got to go in a bit.